Hi guys, happy Tuesday. I swear to God, our kids had school off on Monday. I don't know why, so I feel like it's Monday, but it's Tuesday.
I know, I'm totally
It totally throws me off.
Teacher Development Day.
I know, but anyways, Tuesday, and guess what's back in stock, guys? This is so exciting. People have been ordering this, and if you pre-ordered, it's going to go out. But my goodness, Matt, the Black Maurice is back in stock. It is so beautiful, and I have to tell you guys, I've been using my navy blue Maurice, and I love it. Like today, I was like, gosh, I love this bag. What's so great about it is that it gets dressed up, which is great. Like it's a great, like just dressed up bag. And of course, you can use your little crossbodies on here if you wish. If not, it's just a very, very super comfortable all around bag. I think it's great as a shoulder bag, and it's just awesome. What's great is if you choose to, you can put your computer in here, which I do, and it's a great like all around bag that I can use, but then I could also just throw my computer in here, which is awesome. So I think this is just what's so great about this bag. It feels good, it's snug to my body, and I just love it. Other things that are back in stock, we have the red mochi that's back in stock, which people have been waiting for. Again, everything, the theme is just really comfortable and really soft, and it just makes me feel so happy for spring, right? And little tiny little guys here, I think we're working on restocking these because these were sold out, but my goodness, this is one of the last ones in the store. But I love this. So this is a sample, but it's just so cute. What else, Matt? Just a bunch of stuff coming in as restocks. We have some new fun things coming in the next couple weeks. We're really excited about it. And
wait, what's our show called?
Oh, things that we're watching right now. First, we really like that really funny show Running Point with Kate Hudson, which I love her so much. So she makes me so happy. She's just crazy and kooky. So that's a great show. We've been watching the Robert De Niro one, which is the Zero Plus or Zero something.
Zero Day.
Yeah. So that's awesome. There's too many shows. White Lotus, obviously. Right. Like we always talk about, like after I watch one, I'm like, you're in the world and you don't want to get out of the world because it's so weird and it's so dark and weird at the same time, but you can't get out of it because it is so weird. But my God, I have loved Parker Posey, and this is really honestly why we named our daughter Parker. Remember, Matt, when we first saw Parker Posey when she was so much younger? I just love how kind of she's just a free spirit, kooky person. But my goodness, she is amazing in this show. Like, I don't know who she's channeling, but I cannot stop watching her. And she stays in that character so well, and she's just so weird, and I love her, right?
I haven't seen yet where she discusses, she gets her inspiration. I'd like to see.
Yeah, it is an amazing character that she plays. What else is there? We're watching that. We started watching that Paradise on Hulu. We got so many shows going at one time, but Matt went ahead and finished watching the Zero Plus. So I'm trying Zero Day. So I'm trying to catch up. But anyways, that is what we're doing right now, watching shows, and that's it. And then we've got some really fun things coming up. Spring break is coming up, so we're going to do college tours all throughout the East Coast, which is going to be really fun. And then in April, Matt and I are going to be in New York for a couple days, and that's going to be awesome. So things to plan and look forward to are always good. And I think for us, that's like, it keeps us moving, right?
Yeah.
And we always say, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving onward.
That's right.
And I think having little things like that.
Trying to walk the talk.
Walk the talk. But I think it's also like, I was watching this thing today, like you have to like experience like uncomfortable, hard things, right?
That was the music promoter guy? He was interesting. On Rich?
Yeah, he was very interesting.
What was his message?
I started watching it, but I think it's the whole message is like, you know, we can't try to be always, I think we strive to be so comfortable all the time. However, I think you've got to keep moving. And by moving forward and doing, like if you want to get to the next level, whatever you're doing, you have to be able to withstand things that are super hard or super challenging. And I think that's how we grow as humans. And
there was the quote, because I told you I was reading in Vogue, the Amy Griffin excerpt, and then she quoted the Texas governor. I forgot her name.
Okay, yes, I know.
But she says,
the one with white hair, she's awesome.
I think the quote was, when we rest, we rust.
Amen. I think that's, when we rest, we rust. And it's so true. And I feel like you can't. Yes, of course you have to rest, right? That's silly to say we don't rest, but I think you have to.
Overdoing it.
Yes, and I think that's what it is. And and Matt and I are into this idea of like we're a vessel, right? And as a vessel,
You have a
don't you want
capacity.
to increase your capacity and increase the quality of your vessel, right? But in order to do that, it's not easy, right? It's easier to just stay with your current vessel and not do anything. But is the quality getting better? I don't think so. It's starting to rust.
Got to renovate the vessel.
Yes. So, so I think. So that's going back to the rust, right?
Good, right?
I'm cracking myself up because I think that's funny.
That's good.
But I think you have to constantly renovate the vessel, expand the vessel,
Maintain the vessel.
but that all takes work, and work is uncomfortable. Work is sometimes not so fun,
And that's okay.
That's all right. And so I think it's really, really important.
Don't overdo it either way. Too much work, too much rest.
Right. But there's things that I do that are uncomfortable daily. Like I have my workouts, super not fun or comfortable sometimes, but super fun sometimes on certain days. But I think the one thing that I do that to this day is still uncomfortable is I do the cold shower because we're getting a cold plunge finally, but that's coming up later, and then we'll definitely
You've been really good with
we'll definitely show the cold plunge, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard on those really cold days, and I do kind of like skip it sometimes because it's too cold. But I'm really trying to be
overall you're very consistent.
Yes, so I'm trying to be consistent with that. But I mean, I've been trying to do it for so long, and every day it's hard. Like there's not one day where like, oh, I'm used to this cold plunge or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like
shower.
it's not like doing it so many hundreds of times has made it any easier.
For some reason, that one thing, like running, you get better at it. So like a mile seems like nothing when you've done it for a while. But for some reason, turning the cold water on after a warm shower for 2 minutes, it's really difficult. It's uncomfortable every time. But it's good because by doing that, then when you have something that's really uncomfortable later on where it's solving a problem, whatever it is, I think what it does is it helps me figure out how to calm my mind and like when I'm in that situation, how to be super still. So when a problem comes at me, and these days, 5,000 things are coming at you, right? And instead of freaking out every time, it's just like, okay, that's cool.
And I think this message that comes again and again in all these endurance videos we watch is, like you said, you acknowledge this is sucks. This is the suck. This is the pain cave. This hurts.
Yeah.
But then in that moment to think, this isn't going to kill me.
No.
And this will pass.
Yes.
That seems to be very helpful.
And you taught yourself how to control your body and your mind when you're under duress like that. And we were watching, Formula One, remember?
Yeah.
And this guy, one of the main characters, and he's a total champion at this, but he does, what's that called? Free diving?
Free diving, yeah.
And that, our kids were like, why does he do that? And I'm like, I get it. Like, that's exactly what, like the cold shower, all those things. It teaches you how to kind of like control your body and your mind when you're under
I'm sure his
super
lungs are like
stress.
screaming to take a breath as he's coming back up, but it's like you need to maintain your cool and move in an orderly manner.
Easier said than done.
No, but I think that's why he does it.
Yeah, but I think it just, you're training your body, you're training your mind how to react when duress comes at you. And I think that's really for us these days, that's what's incoming all day long. And I think also, for us, it's incoming all day long, but it's also different topics coming at you all day long. So your mind is constantly moving and changing. It's not always on one thing, And so that's a real challenge, And I think it's just really trying to learn how to smoothly change from one to the other. Problem solve, move on, problem solve, move on. And then at the end of the day, watch shows just to relax the body. So I think that's how I do it every day, honestly. But there is one thing that I do not skip, which is my workouts, honestly. And it was hard when we were traveling, but I would even do it when we were like, okay, we got a plane, we got to leave the hotel by 4 a.m. One day I did. I said I'll do it after, but I did it when I got home from the flight. Remember?
Yeah, right.
So I think it's just like, even like for me, it's 5 a.m. So if it's 5 a.m., we got to leave the house. I will get up and do even a 15-minute workout. So but the problem is 15 minutes sounds really small, but before that you got to do all your other stuff like your stretching, and so it's like 15 minutes is like a good 45 minutes before, because you got to do all the prep work. And it's really important to do all that prep work. That's what I've learned too.
Your cars, your rebounding,
or else you'll really get
your
injured.
vinegar drink, your
and I keep saying it, but Matt, one day you'll get up early with me. Or I'm trying to record myself, but it's so lame and it's so dark and it's.
I'll get up and video your whole routine.
Okay, it's just like, there's a lot. So let me just do a quick rundown of the routine, current one. Wake up, a liter of water with vinegar, and then get my coffee ready, my vitamins. I do that. So, because you really do lose a lot of water while you're sleeping. So that's one thing. Then I do my car stretching, which is like 10 minutes. That's CARR. And that's really, the concept is like stretching every joint in your body. So I do that. Then I do my trampoline jumping. And then I do my backwards walking. And then I do my workout. So that's a lot right before. So that's a lot of prep before that, but I think it gets you into the right mindset. And then I do my shower, and then I do the dry brushing and the cold water shower afterwards. That's every day. That has to happen. Sometimes a cold water shower does get skipped, but the other stuff definitely try not to skip it. So that's currently my repertoire. Oh, and a 10-minute meditation. That's another one. So that's a lot of stuff before the actual workout.
No grounding.
And I can't. Oh well, I will now go out there. It's been so cold. Like it's too cold. Like it was like frozen,
seasonal grounding.
Freezing feet. Yeah, okay. Seasonal grounding.
Okay.
So grounding is another great thing. So, anyways, that's the current repertoire, right, Matt? Am I
full
skipping?
liter of water?
A liter, yeah.
With like a shot glass worth of apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar. And that's been really good. Like when we first started, I was like, oh, this tastes so bad, but now I'm so used to it. It almost tastes like a pretty good kombucha.
The diluting is key.
Yeah, and making it warm is the key. So I do like warm water in it, and that's really nice. But I think it's also in your mindset. Like I started tricking my mind that it was actually, because it smells pretty bad, I have to say, that apple cider vinegar. Yeah. Like we tried doing it in the office.
It always smells bad.
It's so bad. But I think I tricked my mind telling myself this is actually a kombucha. And I really enjoy kombuchas.
That's good, yeah.
And then so now it's okay. Anyways. Short, but we'll try to do a video on it, and I think it'd be really fun. Oh, I did another gym review merge. Mm-hmm. So that's another one, which is funny. So anyways, that's what's going on. Long story short, really great things back in stock. There's a back in stock section on our website. So if you're waiting for something, check on that. We've got red mochis back in stock, tan mochis back in stock, this black Maurice hobo back in stock, pink Charlie's, which has been so popular lately, back in stock. So we're really excited for all these things to be back in stock. So, all right, happy Tuesday, and I hope everyone had a good St. Patrick's Day. All right, bye guys.